whether or not that is the best thing to do or whether or not somebody else has the best thing to do.
Hello and welcome. Living with purpose means doing what truly matters to you in alignment with your values and beliefs. When you're in alignment, you feel alive, passionate, and lit up from within. We are all created to serve some specific purpose in life. Some of these purposes might be lofty and ambitious. Others may be down to earth, such as raising children, teaching, or engaging in some other activity that may not necessarily be considered glamorous, but is still significant. The pursuit of your life is to come into that purpose, and the waste of your life is to miss that purpose. The problem, though, for most of us is discovering what our purpose is. 17 years ago, Andy Frisella and his best friend Chris opened their first supplement store in Springfield, Missouri. On their first day in business, they made $7. It took 8 months to have a day over $200, and it took 7 more years to earn more than $695 in a month. And today, Andy's empire of businesses do over $100 million in sales a year. Andy Frisella is an entrepreneur, best-selling author, highly sought-after consultant, and public speaker. He is the industry's leading expert at customer loyalty, creating fanatical culture, and building brick-and-mortar and online direct-to-consumer retail businesses. He's been featured in Inc., Entrepreneur, and Forbes magazine. On his popular podcast, he and his guests discuss, debate, and laugh their way through trending topics and hot-button issues. Entrepreneurialism isn't just about starting your own business. It's about creating amazing opportunities and dream scenarios for yourself and your team. There's a ton of information out there about how to live with purpose and passion. And you're not alone if you're struggling with doubt, uncertainty, and dissatisfaction.
And I don't care who you are, I don't care where you come from, I don't care what your story is.
The real truth is to find your true purpose in life. It's really easy to get caught up in the more, but it always starts with one small building block at a time. Before you can make $1 million, you need to make $10. Turn your eyes from quantity to quality and see how much better your life can become.
Sticking to their own game, to their own plan, and going on their own journey. All right, let's just get it right out there on the table. I meet so many young entrepreneurs, they think they know everything. They want to know everything. They want to be the best at everything inside their company. And guys, that's just not reality, okay? You have to understand, doesn't matter. As long as the best idea comes about and you are able to decide which one that is. Being in business, owning a business is not about being right. Okay, I see this also in the same thing as when people develop products for themselves versus understanding what the market likes. Owning a company goes for everybody listening. You're not always going to be right. That's okay. The best leaders in the world are not the ones that are the smartest or the ones that are most right. Who's the best at which job, who's in the right places to win, and then also decide from a humble place, and humble meaning understanding that you don't know everything, which idea is going to be the best for everybody. You, to get successful, are going to have to go out, get creative, and think. You're going to have to become resourceful. You're going to have to get yourself solutions to problems that money can't buy as competitive advantage over the long haul. So let's say 10 years later, you have you who has 10 years worth of creative lessons, resourcefulness, innovation, creative solutions, and then you have your competitor who was able to buy his way into the market because his mom and dad gave him 10 million bucks. This dude hasn't learned shit for 10 years. Okay, he has bought his way into his market share, and then all of a sudden you guys converge and you have to compete. Who's going to win that battle? The creative guy is always going to win. The resourceful guy is always going to win because he's going to be able to figure out how to get the most result for the least amount of money and be effective. And people want to jump from day 1 to day 10 by getting some big seed money or big investment. And dude, I don't care how much money I made. I try to pretend like I'm broke every single day in the way that I think because it forces me to create new solutions and innovate in my brain. It was, you wanted to win and then you celebrated the wins. And it seems to me that has gone almost completely away, which is something I'm never going to give up on because I like my life. And it's been replaced with this attitude, whoever the biggest victim is gets celebrated the most. And so we have people competing over, and we look at this, let's look at Instagram, or let's look at Twitter, or let's look at people's content. Like, so much of it, and they've taken this idea of being vulnerable. Everybody's going to slow down. Everybody's going to hide. And guess what? The winners are going to keep winning, and it's going to widen the gap. And I warned everybody at the beginning of this that this was a huge opportunity to widen the gap on everybody else. And some people did, and some people didn't. I've spent this entire year getting better every day. And dude, that's what winners are going to do. Everybody else is going to talk about it. So the Goya is exactly what I believe in. That's where I started to learn what that was about. And that was really about not having a real purpose. And so I had to retrain myself to make my purpose somewhat selfish. Like, I have to take care of me so that I can take care of everybody else. Dude, it just felt right. And what I noticed is my anxiety level started to come down, because when you're doing everything that you can do and everything you're supposed to do, at the end of the day, that there's nothing else you could have done to make it better. It's very, very important that you allow yourself to feel that way, but you also remember and remind yourself that you ain't shit. That's a hard thing to do consistently when you're winning. So the way that I've done that, and the way I've been able to do that consistently over time, is that when I start feeling like things are good, when I start feeling like things are going the way that they should go, and I get a little bit comfortable, I expand my vision, I expand my goals. I take my goal from here and I make it here. Or if it's here, I make it this. And so it's kind of like a reset. So what I do is I try to make that true. I try to make it true. No matter how good we're doing, I figure out a way to compare us to something that makes us nothing.